Everybody, it's really great to be back here in Pune amongst all of you. And it's been a while since we have come back, so we're really going to enjoy this session here today with all of you. Now, how many of you are in a seminar like this for the very first time, a Network 21? If you could just raise your hands, please. A few of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here on behalf of Network 21 and your leadership here locally in Pune. So we will be sharing some information with you. You know, it's important to say that, you know, especially if you're very new, you're not very experienced in this business, you're here to check it out. You may hear, we'll try our level best to keep the jargon, the business jargon out, and we'll explain whatever jargons we do use. But if you do not understand anything, you know, make a note of it, check with a person who has invited you here, and they will explain it to you. But more importantly, you may hear something which may not be clear to you. Don't go and implement any information unless you have first discussed with your team associates with whom you work very closely or discuss this business very closely. There's going to be a disclaimer before we get started. But we would like to spend the first segment of today's seminar just sharing a little bit of our background. Now, I tried many ways to make it as creative as we could, you know, all these years. But I've realized that the true story is the only thing that remains true and honest. I cannot change it. You know, so those of you who have heard us before, heard our CDs before, please bear with us. You know, I cannot make it any creative than it already is. You know, we've already gone through that creation and, you know, made a life for us. So that's what I'm going to share with you. But I guess for those of you who are new, the idea of sharing a story is, I think, let me make this very clear. We're not trying to be inspirational here. That's not our goal here at all. Or we cannot be, you know, that rah-rah motivating type, which, you know, many people say कि ये seminar सब ऐसे ही होते हैं, बहुत rah-rah होता है. It's not that. We are an example of somebody who from nowhere looked at this opportunity and decided along the years to build it. And our journey is an example. You know, there are many, many successful stories within Network 21 that you could listen to within your own line of sponsorship. There would be an example. We are just one of them, you know, outside of your line of sponsorship, if you're not in our line of sponsorship. And it's just one story, an example. You may be in a similar situation like ours. Probably you could get some ideas of how to, you know, look at this business differently or how to handle things, probably when you're looking at building this business. Or you may have somebody in your team who could be in a situation like ours that could be helpful to you when you share some information. And that's the idea of sharing our background with you. And it's not to, you know, brag about success or brag about, you know, hum kahan se kahan the or kahan aaye. You know, that's not about all that. It's totally different. It's a journey. It's a journey of two people who were of a different background, you know, in our situation, and whom looked at building this and did build this business and are still committed to this business. That's what it's all about. As Rajesh said, you know, Prem and I both have a background in the IT industry, but that's not how it was. And we both are basically thoroughbred Mumbaiites. We have grown there, we studied there, we got married there, we settled there, and we are still settled there. You know, in between, we had a stint overseas and we came back, but we are still very much thoroughly settled in Mumbai. Both of us come from very normal middle-class backgrounds where in both situations, our fathers were the income earners, mothers have been housewives. Small families, Prem has a sister and a younger brother. And I have a younger brother. That's a normal, you know, Indian family situation. The focus in both our cases was definitely, you know, education. You know, they made sure. I remember all the time my parents saying that, you know, focus on your education. Don't get distracted. Focus on your education. How many of you have been told that? How many of you are telling your children that? It's good. I mean, education definitely, widens your perspective. That's important in any case. So that's what we did. I studied right up to my post-graduation, specializing in medical biochemistry. And I started my working life as a lecturer in a college. And within a few months itself, within 2 months of my starting that job, I realized that is not what I wanted to do. It was not that I didn't like teaching per se, but I didn't like the hours. You had to be at the, being a science lecturer, you have to be at the lab by 6:30 in the morning. And then, you finish your practical sessions, then you do your lectures, and then you have to sit and do paper correction, then you have to do, all the other things that are, and then by the time you get home, there's hardly time to prepare for the next day. Would you look after home or would you, but that time I was single, so my mom looked after everything at home, and I said, my God, if this is what I have to do, once you get married and settle down, then it's not going to be an easy life. But then I said, chalo, paisa aata hai, maza mana karenge. That's what we used to do. All the friends used to use the money to really have a good time, whenever we caught up. And that was good, at that time. I basically was also using that as a launch pad for me to go and do higher studies. I wanted to go to the US and do my PhD there. But my mother was more ambitious. She had different plans. She ensured that I didn't go overseas, and she arranged my marriage with Prem. So my life totally underwent a different change. But then one thing I was very clear, I was not going to go back to teaching profession, definitely not in a college. So then Prema suggested that I change my profession and get into the software industry. You need to understand, I have no exposure at all. This is 35 years ago. Okay, at that time, I have no exposure to computers. I had not even seen one in my life. And that is how I looked as. Many of you have not heard this business in its totality as of now. But you're here to investigate it. Take courage. It's not as difficult as what I did, from medical biochemistry, moving into software and making a career out of it. This is far easier because you have got somebody holding your hand all along. To wherever you want to go, however successful you want to build, you will have someone holding your hand. Very different from where I was, but I ran with the courage that Prem was willing to at least explain some of the terminology to me. I was in a field of software, whereas Prem was an engineer specialized in the hardware segment of the IT, industry. So really he could not do a lot, but many of the words, the jargons that were there, which were new to me, he could explain that to me. And I decided to do my work because it was a sunrise industry at that point in time. And it was supposed to be a really, really well-paid industry. To this day, how many of you are from an IT industry? Okay. And would you say it was a sensible decision for all of us to be in the IT industry? Say yes. Thank you. Thank you. But let me also ask you, didn't the industry pay well? Why, yes, such a soft one. I say yes, because I really earned a lot of money in, while I was working in the job situation. Good opportunities, good, but of course, you always had to be a little ahead of technology, making sure that you were studying new things that came into the marketplace like any professional. How many of you are doctors here, medical professionals? Okay, few of you. I believe you have to keep yourself up to date now. Very much with the way technology is changing, and especially, if outside of, the normal practicing physicians, if you are into surgery and all that, it's even more that you need to be doing. It's the same with many other professions, that you need to be upgrading and you need to be on the cutting edge to really know what's going on and to keep your professional market value ahead. Isn't it? So we are constantly studying all the time. That's what I did. So anyway, I moved in. I got a good opening in the IT industry. Prem was already in the IT industry with a very good company. So both of us, it was double income at that stage, no commitments, new life. That's how we got started with our life. But lo and behold, the sweet dreams don't last very long when the grind is a daily one, isn't it? Every single day, we almost become like machines, that process certain things, isn't it? You get up in the morning to an alarm clock. It's like if somebody turns the switch on of the processor, it starts, na? So the alarm clock wakes you up. Then you do your morning chores. You have a quick meal, whatever it is, and the bus has to be on time, the train has to be on time, and you have to clock in. Go and sign. I don't know what they do these days, but we had to sign a muster kept right in front of the boss. So 3 late marks and 1 leave gone. Hey. Kisi ke saath hua hai? Yes. I've been through all that. So that stress, till you reach the office and you sign the muster, you're under stress, isn't it? And then by the time, okay, fine, you do the work through the day, and then by the time you're ready to leave the train has to be on time, you have to get the bus on time, then you have to reach on time, you have to go home and cook. Ladies, how many of you are working ladies here? Do you have this challenge every single day in your life? And those of you who have children, if you have left them at daycare, isn't there a stress of reaching there on time before the creche closes or, the children have to be picked up? Isn't there? What is happening to our body all this time when it is on maximum stress from one situation to another situation? Easy to live? What happens 20 years if you have gone through this test? What happens 30 years down the track when your life is under this stress? Can we really think of giving up a job? I don't think so. That's where we were. We had gone through this grind here. We were finding it difficult with progress in our profession. So we decided, okay, let's look at greener pastures. Really no time. And at those early days of our life when we were working and reasonably newly married, Prem used to work shifts. He would do all the shifts, morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, everything was there because the support was 24 hours, and that's what he used to do. And he would get his weekly off would change every single time. Where I got Saturday, Sunday, he would be working. So there were months together when we have not even seen each other or spent time with each other. That was our life. And we would communicate. That time telephones were not as common as they are today. Prem would be on some customer's side, so there was never a point where I could reach him. And we would communicate through notes at home on the dining table. Has anybody lived a life like that here? Okay, one couple. Anybody else? So this is probably very alien to you, isn't it? We are not that old. But that's the life we were on. So we thought, okay, greener pastures. We moved countries. We migrated to Australia. Started a life there. Initially, everything was hunky-dory. Arey, naya country, nayi jagah, different life. We'll really enjoy ourselves. More than a month into the job, the geography changed. The employer changed. Everything else was the same. The same situation with time, the same situation with, being able to really live life. That's where it was. And of course, we all have one friend that comes into our life pretty early, and that is EMIs. How many of us have got EMIs here? We had 2, and that's where it was. And we went and, got an EMI on a house, on a car. And we realized that pretty much, what percentage? About 90% of our money was going, combined money. This is 2 people earning overseas, good jobs, well paid, was going into the EMIs. Okay? That didn't leave a lot for us to live on a monthly basis. And we said, look, we didn't think of, a lifestyle. We didn't think of extra money. All those things were not there. We said, let's look for opportunities that will give us extra money, and I want to reduce that loan. How many of you feel like that? Reduce the loan. Matlab loan 0 hona chahiye. Yeah? You're right on track. Don't let go of that, because that will drive you to success, which is what it did for us. We just started looking out for opportunities. We looked at the newspapers where we could do some work at weekends, whatever it is. We said, chalo jaane do, supermarket mein jaake check out karna hai, wo bhi karenge. Let's work. Let's get extra money. I want to clear the loan, and I want to be free of that stress of, having to pay for a house for 25 years. I said, how old will we be? Take today's age and add 25. To own this little piddly house, we'll have to be, how old will be? For where will we have some options in life? That's when one of Prem's colleagues, whom we didn't really know very well, said, look, I have an opportunity. Why don't you come and have a look? And we fixed a day, went and saw the business. All I liked was the bottom line, the money you could make from this business. I didn't think anything else, it's the money that got me attracted. Now you've got to understand one thing here. Today you're seeing Prem on stage and you will hear him speak. You will feel that he's so comfortable on stage. He's so confident on stage. Now this is a man who doesn't like communicating with human beings. This is not a joke. It's a fact. When we got married, some of my friends could not attend the wedding. They were already, they were overseas. So when they had their vacation and they came to Mumbai to visit us, we had a get together. There were just 4 of them, and two of my male friends we were all very close in our master's session. So 2 of my male friends and 2 of my lady friends, they all came together, and we all had our get together there at my home. Prem was also there. We arranged it in such a way that they could meet Prem. They've already met me. We have been friends, so they want to meet Prem. And when they came home, Prem had locked himself inside the bedroom. He came out. He said hello to all of them. Didn't even ask them their names. And then he went and locked himself inside. And then when it was lunchtime, he came out, had lunch, went and locked himself inside. And my friends are saying, we came to meet Prem. I said, you just met him. That's how it was. I said, don't expect anything more from him, because that's how he is. He likes solitude. He likes isolation, and that's the way, and books are his best friends. That's the way he has been all along. I mean, this is a small crowd today, but, when we had the convention at the Andheri Sports Complex, how many of you there at the Sports Complex event? There were almost 20 or 30,000 people, and Prem spoke on the stage from there. And this is a man who never wanted to come out of a bedroom and say hello or have a conversation with anybody. So when we saw the business, I said, look, Prem, just drive me to wherever it is. I will do all the talking. This is what I told. This is what I said. And this is a fact. This is an absolute fact. And somewhere, I think his ego got a little ruffled. And he said, no, I can do the presentation myself. And that's how we started building the business together. We started looking. We didn't know any people over there. We were very new in the country. We had no family and hardly any friends over there. And that's how we got started in the business. If you look back, and if we look back, honestly, what made the difference for us at that point in time when we had no people to speak to, nobody to show the business to? How did we build this business? And that is where the blessing for us in the form of Network 21 training system came into our lives. Amazing, amazing, amazing. When I said that you will have somebody to handhold you to whatever levels you want to build, actually started for us there. We had someone, our sponsor had joined the business only 1 week ahead of us. We were probably one of the first few people that he had shared the business with. But in those early days, we were introduced to a couple who at that time, we didn't know how significant they were going to be in our lives. But to this day, if we have survived in this business, if we have built it, it's because of that one couple, and that is Founders Crown Ambassador Mitch and Deirdre Sala, our sponsors. Forever grateful to them, because from the early stage itself, they started coaching us. They started coaching us with every little nitty-gritty that was needed to look at this business. We had no business skills to speak of in our life because we had always trained ourselves on the technical side. There was no need to interact with people, no need to understand people. All our coaching in our professional was nothing to do with people and what it meant. Normal situation is, we have a good relationship with our parents, we have a good relationship with our brothers and sisters, we have a nice time with our friends. Isn't that normally what happens with all of us in our lives? Isn't it? That's the way life is. You're not trained to identify, people and their personalities. In those early days, some of the books that made a difference to us this was the first book we were asked to read. If I pick it up, it'll fall down. So I'm not going to, try and touch it. This is Magic of Thinking Big. That was the very first book we were asked to read when we started this business, and that really opened up our eyes to the success that was possible. Did we believe it in the early stage? Absolutely not. We didn't believe it. My focus at that time, I say mine because I used to be the one verbalizing it all the time. It's not like, I'm the dominating one in this. I'm the more verbal one in this couple. He's the intelligent one. So when he speaks, listen. When I speak, entertain yourself, So it's like that. We had absolutely no skills in doing anything to do with business. We were used to taking instructions from our, team leaders or systems analysts, for me, whoever it is. We only took instructions and we delivered what was required by way of the technical requirements. That's what we did. And understanding somebody's requirement, nothing. We started thinking big about the possibilities of this business. How did we improve our belief of what could be achieved as a result of building this business was because of the constant input of CDs. At that time, it was tapes. CDs is a newer invention. We listened to a lot of tapes. Now, I should also tell you this story. The first time when we joined the business, we were suggested that you register on the CEP program. Now, some of you will hear it, the word CEP. If you're new here, let me explain it to you. This is a monthly training set that is prepared by Network 21, and the CDs, when you're just looking at starting with the CEP program, continuing education program, there are 5 CDs in this. And if you're looking at advanced and building a bigger business, there will be 8 CDs in it. So we were suggested that why don't, if you want to build this business big, why don't you, get education faster? You can listen to these talks when you travel to work, and it won't impinge on your time, which is sensible for us too. We didn't have a lot of time after work to really look at attending classes or educating ourselves in a different way, or dedicating time to educate ourselves on all these requirements of the business. So that made sense to us. But you won't believe, we were going through such a tight phase financially that our sponsor actually gifted us the first month's CEP program. And, we said, Bapre, ye sabko karna padega kya humko, that we have to gift everybody? He said, no, I'm just doing it as a favor for you this time, just to help you out, because I know what you're going through financially. And anytime you want, you can always, give me a set back, that's okay. So we said, okay, fine, that's right. We didn't, that made it very clear that each and every one of us supports our own business, our own training. It is not required. We are not building this business for our sponsor. We are building the business for ourselves. So we have to support our training. It's like this. When you're going to school, is the school giving you education free, or you're paying a fees for it? Everybody has to pay a fees, right? And it's not like you're doing a favor to the school. You are educating yourself. That's going to create a life for you. It's the same thing here. When you're using the education system, you're building the business for yourself. You're not building the business for somebody else. Okay, so that's how we started with the listening to the CDs over here while we were going to work. So we used hours of our travel time, which otherwise would have been some music CD, or some radio station talking gibberish, which is not going to contribute to your life. That is what you would have been doing. But we started listening to these talks, and they started influencing our thinking. They started allowing us to think bigger, to just stretch our mind of what are the possibilities of success in this business, what it could do to your life, not just as a human being, but the other possibilities that would come. But for us, the life-changing aspect of our business was going to the first convention. That happened to be our very first Network 21 seminar. And, I must share this with you. It was in a different city. Like, if you had to go to Mumbai to attend a convention, it's almost 3.5, 4 hours or even longer to travel to Mumbai and attend and vice versa. For us, it was in Canberra. And it was a weekend, so it was 2 nights that you had to stay there, because of the hours of the convention. But it's a magical thing. And we said, oh my God, we'll have to, it'll cost us to go and stay there. And why I say the cost factor is because we had invested every a dollar at that time that we had into buying the house and buying the car, which is very important for us by way of the work, because we picked it up somewhere close to work, so travel time was less and would be lesser, and it would give us, we didn't have to waste money on rentals, all those things. We calculated all that and we had taken the loan, and it was because we did that we looked at the option of generating extra income. It was not otherwise. And so we said, oh my God, this will really eat into our monthly budget, that, it'll cost us to drive there, to stay in a hotel, food, everything taken into account. It's a big pile for us. We delayed. We would not pick up the tickets. We would not do anything. And then finally, one day, Mit said to us, what is the challenge? Why are you stopping yourself from coming to the convention? And we said, look, it's really a very bad, tight situation for us. This will really set us back a lot if we do that. And we don't want to borrow money or anything like that. We're working on a very shoestring budget right now. And he suggested, look, if that is the case, let me do. Are you serious about building this business? We said, definitely yes. We want to build it big. We want to earn a lot of income. And we definitely want to reduce the financial stress that we are going through. And he said, look, then I will do one thing. You just write an IOU note saying, this is the cost of the tickets, and travel and stay would have been ours in any case. So he said, this is the cost of the tickets. That I will, help you to pay it off in installments. So you write, what will you pay me and how many months do you need to pay me that money? And you pick up the tickets from here. That help I can give you. The rest you can handle. And that's how, when your upline is saying that to you, when your sponsor is saying that to you, it really gets you thinking that there is definitely something very significant about that conference, about that meeting. So we need to be there. So we quickly decided, okay, we'll pick up the ticket. We wrote an IOU note of how much we could pay. And we worked out with the couple with whom we had sponsored that we will share the cost of traveling. But we attended. That first convention completely changed, completely. If we are standing here today having built this business, it is because we attended that convention. And more than our making a decision to attend that convention, we are forever grateful to Mitch for having, got us thinking that if it is so important for you to succeed in this business, got us thinking that way. If you're sitting here and you have your sponsor or your team associate telling you, be at that convention in September, or be at that meeting in June, or be at that meeting in July or August, trust me, it'll only contribute positively to your success in this business. And you will at some point in time be forever grateful, because why, I'll tell you. Mitch also said one thing to us. If you miss any meeting, you may think, ठीक है यार, अगले महीने भी तो meeting आएगा. This is the thought process that goes into us. But he said, sometimes you never know what was said at that meeting. Who was the speaker, or what was he saying? Maybe he said something that you needed to hear that could have made the difference. And that thought has stayed with us always, always, always. So we make it a point. I mean, we've been in the business for a very, very, very long time. We've been involved in very, very, very demanding careers, demanding on our time, demanding, with the outputs that we were required to deliver at our work. But we had made a commitment between us that one of us will, or our business will be represented at every meeting. And I tell you, standing here, I would be honest enough to say that there may be only a handful of meetings that we have not really been part of, where both of us have been together. I mean, let's say we were in the city and we could not attend. I think it's only one or two probably in all these years that both of us have not been at a meeting, and we were there in the city. Okay? And the reason for saying that is to make you aware that make it a point. If you want success in this business for yourself, if you want the results, you make it a point that you want to always be rubbing shoulders with the successful people in this business. Your city has a business preview every week, as we do in Mumbai. We make it a point to be at the business preview. Is it that we don't need a business preview at this point? Definitely not. We definitely need a business preview, because you can get distracted like this in our daily life. So many little things can happen. अरे पानी नहीं आया तो distraction हो जाता है, बाई नहीं आया तो distraction हो जाता है, isn't it? Isn't it? One little thing can distract you. Lift नहीं चल रहा है, अरे नीचे नहीं उतर सकते, ऊपर नहीं चढ़ सकते. Anything can distract you. But to stay focused to what you want, because it's your business. It's not your upline's business. It is your business. We never want to be, miss that little opportunity to be with somebody who's positive, who is encouraging, who can uplift us, and with whom we can have a little bit of a chat and get a thoda sa wo cobweb jo nikalna hota hai na, we can do that. We can do that at a meeting. So business preview, we are always there. Every seminar, that day is free for us. We check the calendar out. We know the dates when there's a seminar happening. We are there. We are there at, way ahead of time. We come early, we stay late. And this is even when we didn't have anybody in our group attending a meeting, we had made the decision, because that's what Mitch had taught us. Come early, leave late, and be with the leadership, so that you will always pick up some skills that will make a difference. And it is true for us even to this day. Even to this day, it doesn't change. We always want to be amongst like-minded people who are positive, uplifting, and that makes a difference for us. It will always energize you to take it forward. Did we see a lot of success? Did we see a lot of success in the early stages of the business? This session, you have to be happy with me. I'm sorry about that. I've chewed up a lot of time. But did you learn something from what I said? Okay, I still have a few more minutes. So I think I'm going to give you Prem dedicated totally in the next segment. So I'll just finish off a little bit over here. But you know what? You should have been in the leadership session. 100%. He was absolutely magic, and I always like listening to Prem whenever he speaks. And, I normally don't like to interfere unless he tells me. So when he gets tired of speaking, he lets me speak. I love speaking. So anyway, in the early stages, we didn't see a lot of income in this business, to say, because it is one, where you don't see, unless you set up a structure to build the business, it takes time. So early stages, if you were to compare the income that we were making from this business with what we were earning from our jobs, the temptation was big to not build this business but stay focused on our careers. The career progression, the career possibilities was so significant that, अरे यार इसके लिए time निकालना है, जाके plan दिखाना है, CD सुनना है. It almost sounded like we were making it a burden. But every time we spoke to our sponsor, we spoke to our coach, it was, this is how. You're right on track. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get distracted. If this is the success you want, because this is going to create options for you in life. So keep focused. And we continued to build this business. Slowly but steadily, we started seeing the results. And here I'll let you in on a secret for those who are relatively newer in this business. talk to your team leader and ask for what is called as the Network 21 vital signs. The size of the business you want to build, the kind of income you want to have is decided by the structure you will set up in your network. And to know the structure, you need to read the vital signs. You need to set it up accordingly so that you're making the business very profitable for you. While you invest time in the business, make a decision that you want to make it a profitable venture for yourself, and build it accordingly so that you're investing your time correctly. You're not just doing something, "Arey karna hai isliye kar liya, abhi paise nahi aaye." Why rona dhona all the time? Do it correctly. That is why you have successful people in your team who are laying the foundation, who have built it before you, who have gone through the grind. Dhakke khaye hain unhone. They know what works and what doesn't work. Why do you have to reinvent the wheel? Follow a proven path. Follow a process. And for that, not a day goes by when I don't thank Jim and Nancy Donnan for what they have created in Network 21. Not a day. Every day, and Jim Donnan has moved on to another world. But every day, I remember so many things that Jim Donnan has said and shared on CDs. Now it is, we have that. That legacy has been left behind for all of us who are still building the business, because every thought process that he has shared is still current today and we can use it. It'll never get outdated. That's all because he worked with one line. We do not use the people to build this business, but we build the people so that they will build big businesses for themselves. Profound, profound, profound. Which is why, you need to understand, if your team coach, I'm not using the word upline because new people may not understand that, but you have a team coach. If your team coach suggests something and you don't understand, ask questions. Understand the essence of why that needs to be done, how it can positively contribute to the success of your business. Use it well. And that's the way we need to be looking at building this business seriously. We have had a lot of success along the way. The initial stages of wanting to build this business to make more money definitely happened along the way. It gave us good success. It gave us good options. We still stayed with our job. When the business was launching in India, we decided to move back, lock, stock and barrel. We came back to India. We also had a reason because our parents were aging. We are the older children for our families. So we decided to come back and be here with them. But we also wanted to have a success outside of our jobs. We didn't want to go back into the job situation and, start another grind again there. So we moved into consulting. We started consulting while we came back to Mumbai. And both of us, Prem took the forefront in the consulting situation, and I used to support him. But we both built this business even at that time while we were consulting, and we built it actively and started moving forward. As we reached the emerald level, and founders emerald level, it gave us an option that I didn't have to work anymore in the consulting area. So then that gave me the opportunity to focus on the home front as well as build this business actively. Prem continued building this business actively as well, while he also handled a little bit of the consulting. But as we moved to the diamond and the founders diamond level, it gave us an opportunity not to have to move into the stresses of the typical business world and look at all those things, the travel, the unpleasant travel, the long hours of work. And then we decided not to do any more consulting, and we have been focused on building this business all along. But again, this business is built part-time, that gives us the time to live a life, which is why we focused on building this business. Initially, it was only EMI, get rid of EMIs, from that was our focus. And we stayed focused on that for a long time till we got rid of our EMIs. And but afterwards, then we wanted to create a life for ourselves. That gave us an opportunity to focus on health, on family a little bit more, and definitely to make a difference, put more time into our relationship, to give time to ourselves, to really work on many, many things that we wanted to give time to in our life. And that's what this business has allowed us to achieve. What is it in it for you? Everything. Why have you come here? If you're investing time on a Sunday to learn more about this business, I'm sure you're looking. Hopefully, by the time today's session is over, you would have found some answers. May not be all of it, but that's a start. That's a start. You can start thinking on it, learning more about it, and start working the business. Because trust me, when this business works, when you make it work and you start building this successfully, and the income starts coming in, it'll open up a lot of options for you, a lot of options that you have today not even thought about, not even dreamt about, but it'll be there. And that's the life we want to have, you to have. And when we come back again, I'm going to get Prem to share all those tips with you, which will make a big difference to the way you build this business. Thank you very much for listening to me.
While the techniques and approaches